Welcome to XXLRC. Today we're looking at a fairly new truck for me. This is a Traxxas TRX-4. This is the K5 Blazer Black Edition. I really like the TRX-4. This is my third one, and I do have the TRX-6 as well. This thing's pretty new. I've had it for a couple of months. I went out and ran it once. I have done some modifications to it. I did go ahead and I installed the light kit on here. So it's got the headlights and turn signals and side markers and then all the tail lights as well. And it's got the little Traxxas power adapter in there. So all you got to do is just plug it in down on the chassis. One plug for everything. Pretty nice clean setup. Pretty much brand new here. I did install the rock lights too. Really like that look. I don't do a whole lot of night crawling, but it is super nice to have that when you're out there at night, or even like towards dusk when it's getting a little dark out. I do want to take this thing out for a run and kind of show you guys how it runs in its stock configuration. I got my little crawler course out back, so take it out there, see how it does. But I do have some upgrades in mind for this, and you know, it's up for debate whether this is an upgrade or not, but it's something that I'm going to do because, like I said, I've got 3 of these TRX-4s. Before I got the second one, they came out with the lift kit, and I really wanted to do that, but I never did it. It's kind of pricey. I ended up finding one cheap locally. I want to show you the difference between stock and lifted in the performance. So we're going to take it out for a run right now, and then we'll come back and start tearing it down. All right, well, that was a pretty successful little run there. Took the teeter-totter just fine, went over the rocks. Amazing. This thing is an absolute goat. It was like I couldn't get it stuck. There was a couple of times where, it got high centered, and I'm hoping the lift will help with that. So we're going to start tearing this thing down. Let me show you what I got for it. This is the Traxxas long arm lift kit. Gives over 1 inch of additional ground clearance. So this is the just the black one. They make it in red and blue as well, but I thought the black would look the best on there, and I just happened to find one for sale locally for way cheaper than you can buy them new, and the thing looks brand new. The guy said he used it, he didn't like it, took it off. Hopefully I like it, because it looks like it's a pretty involved kit. So, but we're gonna find out here shortly. And then I got these wheels and tires. These are BF Goodrich Mud-Terrain tires. Really love the Mud-Terrains. Whenever I'm building a scale truck, I try to go for the scale tires and wheels. And then these are mounted on a fuel forged replica. Really cool. Matte black wheels with the stainless little screws and little details on the beadlock ring. These are actual beadlock wheels, aluminum. I think it's going to look really nice. Now, I could probably get away with putting these on the truck without the lift kit, but they are just slightly larger than the stock ones. They are slightly larger, so I'm worried that if I were to just put these on there, that I would start to get some rub in the fenders, especially in the back there. That one's a little closer in this front corner here. So, but I think they're gonna look absolutely awesome on here, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. So let's start tearing this thing down. All right, we got our kit here. Let's open this up, and there is a nice little instruction manual. Kind of gives you a step-by-step guide on how to do everything. Just looking through here, looks like we're going to need our wheel wrench, which I'll have to track that down so we can take the wheels off. And just a regular hex wrench, pretty standard, needle nose pliers, and a little flat blade screwdriver. I'm assuming that's for the E-clips for the cables that run into the axles. So everybody loves those, these little guys. Fun. Shouldn't be too bad though. But just taking a peek, they do have, there's 2 sets of rod ends. They use the same size rods. They come in this configuration over here, which is for the 312 millimeter. That's what most of them are. I think it's just the Defender and the 2021 Bronco that have the longer 324 millimeter wheelbase, but they do include extra rod ends in the kit. Where are they at? Yeah, if you do have the longer wheelbase, you can just switch out these rod ends and you're good to go. There is lots of stuff in this kit. There's longer cables for those little diff lock servos. There's some shock oil in there. I guess these shocks, they feel like they have some oil in them, but I think they need a top off, so that'll probably be the first thing I do. I'll get those set up so that way the air can work its way out of there while I'm taking the rest of the truck apart. There's a drop bracket in here for the steering servo in the front, since it's gonna need to sit down lower. And then there's all these pieces for the drive shaft. There's different lengths for these, depending on which wheelbase you have. And then one thing that they include in here that I didn't know is actually an extra pinion gear, because they figure if you're running the lift kit, you're going to run bigger tires, so they give you a, let's see, not sure, I think this is a 10 tooth, and I believe the stock one is 11, so that's just to accommodate for the larger tire size. Like I said, looks like a pretty involved kit, although it has nice instructions, so I don't think it'll be too bad. But I'm gonna get started with these shocks, get them topped off with oil, and then I'll start tearing the truck apart. Oh man, I love it already. I haven't even put the body on, but a little bit more ground clearance here. Got these awesome fuel hostage wheels with the BF Goodrich Mud-Terrain TAs. I really like it. So let's pop that body on and see how she looks. I think it's gonna look awesome. I'm really glad that I decided to do the lift, because it does really, I don't think I'm gonna have any rub issues at all with these tires. So, but we're gonna find out here in a few minutes. We're gonna take it out for a trail run out in the back and see how it does. Now, it did really, really well in the stock configuration. So if it does just as good, I'll be just as happy. If it's worse, you know, I really like the look of it, but I guess we'll see how it performs, and we'll decide if we're gonna keep the lift kit, if it was worth it or not. So we'll go do a quick run on the little crawler course, and then I'll give my final thoughts on this lift kit. Not bad. I guess performance was similar to the stock setup. Like I said, those tires aren't really that much bigger. One thing that I did notice, definitely that center of gravity is much higher. So like if I came up on a rock, it was wanting to tip back more than it did in the stock configuration. But I like the way it looks. I'm gonna keep it like that for a while. I may revert back to stock, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think of it. Put your comments down below. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time on the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And I'll see you guys in the next video.